Create React app. I'm just gonna name it backwards of my last name. Testing, test. This is just to make sure the audio is good on my end. I'm checking it on my iPad. Okay, so that seems a lot better. It's a little bit loud. I think we're ready to get started though. Okay, so that worked. I wouldn't say it's too hard to learn, but you definitely need to take some classes and probably have at least a minor understanding of JavaScript. I mean, you can do a lot of static stuff in it with mainly HTML and CSS, but there's a lot that you need to know in terms of JavaScript too, just how certain things are working and whatnot. What am I looking for? Oh, public, yeah. So I already have like a boilerplate kind of way that I do this stuff, so that's why I'm doing this. But you can keep it the way that it is. It's just my personal preference of how to work. And last stream we had like 30 people in here. That was awesome. Hopefully we can get that again today. just loved having all those people to interact with. It was a lot of fun and kept me like really motivated to keep working. So hopefully we can have something similar today. That'd be awesome. Okay, so we need a folder for our components, and let's do a home. No, not folder, file x.jsx, and let's just grab this. Just because I don't have a shortcut that creates a component, so I'm just copying it instead, just for this first one. I should have. That's weird. Oh, there we go. All right. Don't need this. Don't need that for right now. Let's just do test in here. Yeah, Fat Text. I can't figure out what's wrong with the audio. Unfortunately, I've been having that problem the past couple times, but I know it has something to do with my sync offset, and like every time I like play with the settings, and then like sometimes it works, and then I keep the same settings and it doesn't work. So if it's a huge deal, I can hide my webcam or something if it really bugs you, because I know that can be annoying. But yeah, I apologize about that. I'm trying to figure it out. Sometimes it just fixes itself too, which is really weird, so sorry about that. Why is this all... Come on, I already said this. So we need React Router. I think Vectrix. Okay, cool. Fat Text. So yeah, sorry about that, but I'm glad it's not a big deal. I know it bugs some people, so hopefully it doesn't get too bad. If not, I'll just hide my webcam or something. Vectrix, is there anywhere I recommend going to learn? I'd recommend teamtreehouse.com. That's kind of where I first started learning React, and they teach you a lot of like good basics and some like more intermediate stuff. So that's where I'd recommend. But it's also good to know a bit of JavaScript first, so you'd probably have to learn some JavaScript before you want to dive into React. That's just my recommendation, though. So we need React Router because that's what allows you to have, for lack of a better term, it literally routes pages, because React is a single page component, so it's basically all things are rendered at once, and then you have to render them out in routes so that you can see like other pages and things like that. I think I have a better example in here. I just don't remember like all the specific syntax, and I don't want to sit here like trying to figure it out, so just gonna do this. So we need and index route is gonna be home, and this is home. Then we don't need these. Yeah, like Couch said, Egghead is very good as well. I've used them a bit, and I believe most of their stuff is free, which is good. Team Treehouse has like a 7-day trial, I think. Okay, see, so that's working. Yeah, Team Treehouse has a 7-day trial, fortunately, but yeah, if you can't afford that, then I'd recommend trying out Egghead. Right now, I need the latest version of Tachyons, so GitHub. So Tachyons is the CSS framework that I like to use. You can code from scratch, like especially if you don't have a full grasp on CSS yet. I definitely recommend doing it from scratch, but since I have a pretty good grasp on CSS, I like to use a framework that I'm just used to, and it helps me work a lot faster. Git clone. And we need to import in tachyons.css. And that'll give an error because it doesn't exist yet. Did I type it wrong? Oh, whoops. Alright, cool. I'm not sure why it already applied styles. Oh, because of my index file. Yeah, so I don't need this. Although I will keep sans serif because in a second we are going to add the font that I will be using. One last question: why would you use React over standard HTML and CSS for a personal website? Hey Elite Johnson, welcome to the stream. Let me know if you have any questions and please enjoy. For your question, Vectrix, the reason is because when you're starting to build out more complex applications and websites, I like to use components because the styles live apart from pages. So I can change the styling of like a footer, for example, and it'll update throughout the entire site instead of me having to go through and update it on every single page that it's used. So that's the reason that I use React. And it's just something that I'm most comfortable with. You don't have to use React, especially not for a personal website. You can go ahead and do all static if you want, but I'm just doing this because I want to, and it's like a lot faster and a lot more future-proof for when I start building out more pages and stuff that I have in mind for my website. So that's just me, but you can use whatever you want. I need system fonts. So I'm going to be using San Francisco as my default font because that is what I want to use, and that's kind of how we designed it. So I like using system fonts, at least on Mac stuff, because that's my main target audience, what they're going to be using. And we're just going to do a fallback of Helvetica because I personally do not like the other fonts that are on system fonts, like Avenir. Avenir's fine, but I don't like. I really like it for branding, but I'm not really a fan of it for websites. So we're just gonna have these as fallback. Oh God. These two classes. It's been a couple days since I've done code. So font family, if I could type. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. Yeah, Lee Johnson, I recommend using Dribbble or Pinterest. That's what I like to use. And I also have like a big folder of websites that I save that I like. GoHermit, yes, I'm only a web developer. I'm not like a programmer or software or anything like that. Yes, Lee Johnson, I have done a mock-up. So this is what we're referencing. You can see it on my Dribbble as well if you're interested. But this is what we made in the last stream. There's some stuff here like this. Obviously, this isn't going to be live in this. We're going to have an illustration, but this is what we made in the last live stream. There's an archive here on Twitch and on my YouTube if you want to go ahead and watch it. San Fran already in tachyons with fallback of Helvetica. Probably is, but I like to just have it in my CSS just because I'm picky like that. Why not use web fonts instead of system fonts? Because web fonts is another call that your web server has to do. So that's another step in the process that can kind of slow down your website by a couple percentages on like Google's rating system. So instead we are rendering a font that is already on that person's computer, so we don't have to worry about any callbacks or anything like that, and it just makes it a bit easier. So let's see. So we don't want a full margin on everything because these go out of the margin and these are going to be going out of the margin. So we're going to have to set it for each section. First off, let us make a header, because once we make other pages, we will be using that. So think of Vectrix. So this is an example of why you would use, or why I prefer to use React over a static, like fully static website. This is an example right now. So we're making this other header component that we can use throughout the site, and we just import it in and use, and when we can have the styles in here, and then it'll update throughout the entire site, which is really useful. So you don't have to go through and update everything else. So just for my own sanity, let us just do a little test to make sure it is rendering. So we're gonna import this, import header from -- header. So then we can use it. We don't need this anymore. So we can just use that component here. Yep, so there we go, it's working. Yeah, So it's not like a humongous deal. It does get pretty bad if you, like, depending on your internet, it can get bad if you're rendering a lot of them at once. But yeah, I do really just like SF as well. So it's kind of a mixture of both of those. So yeah, header. I don't really want to mess with SVG right now because that usually takes me a little bit of time to get everything correct, and I'd have to open Illustrator and stuff, so we're just going to use an image for right now for my logo. This isn't even transparent, but it's fine for now. So let's make an image folder. I'll change this later. I just don't want you guys to have to sit through me trying to figure out the SVG code stuff. So we'll just call this Cortez. And we need I like to preface things with image, even though it's not really needed, but just for keeping consistency, I like to do that. And I'm probably going to get this syntax wrong, so I'm going to double check this. Okay, so I was right actually. And we just need to go out 1, 2, okay. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'm gonna put a div. Image source equals we'll just leave the normal E. Don't need this. We need another div. Class. Man, I'm really rusty on code, so let's hope I don't embarrass myself. Yeah, these are going to be links, actually. I think I'm going to put about and contact together. So we just need one link, about/contact. The 50. We need to float left on large. No, I'm not small is fine. Actually, I think, yeah, since it's just one link, it should be fine. -50, float right. Oh, yep. Link is from React Router, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, it looks like shit, but we will fix that in a sec. I haven't gotten any work that I'm proud of displaying yet. Yeah, well, I'd just focus on your work then, and not really worry about making a website. You could do like a really simple site with just like your social media and stuff, just for practice. But yeah, I'd focus on getting some work, even if it's just like personal stuff. Yeah, Vectrix, it takes some time to get used to it. I've done it on about, I think like 5 projects or so, maybe 6. So I'm pretty familiar with stuff, but yeah, I do need to go back sometimes to get a couple things that I forget, or to even check if there's something that I don't know if it has it, so that I don't have to write custom code. So for this, we want, so there's margin horizontal, maybe that's a 4, and then margin top 3 maybe. Okay, what am I doing wrong? See, I'm so rusty on this stuff. I'm already doing stuff wrong. How does, I know it's probably something dumb. Let's see. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I need nav. So yeah, I feel like there's so much extra stuff in here that I wouldn't need either. That's part of the reason I don't like to use these straight out of the box. Okay, yeah, I thought that was it, but I wasn't 100% sure. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You don't really end up needing too many custom classes, which is good. I'm really rusty, so I'm trying to get back into, why is this? No. Okay, I'm doing something wrong. Oh man. So here I actually just used, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab this. And let's see. So this is from one of my other projects. I just feel like there's so much extra stuff in here that I don't need. Yeah, this isn't text, so I don't need any of this. These days it's a lot better. One thing that's cool is normalize.css makes it a lot easier to like reset things in browser. A lot of support is getting a lot better for most of them, and like upkeep. And one of the reasons I use tachyons is because it takes a lot of that stuff into account, so I don't really have to worry about it, which is great. But it's definitely a lot better than I would think it would be when it was how it was back then, of course. So I'd say give it another try if you have the time. But it's not too bad now. Like I do stuff in healthcare, and like we don't really have too many issues with things, surprisingly, even with all the type of stuff we do and the type of support that we have to have and whatnot. So it's really not too bad. Okay, so padding 6. And then actually let's do this a little bigger. Yeah, that's better. And this is going to be uppercase with some letter spacing. And I want to work with black dash. I believe I use 60 for black usually. And we want it to be font weight. Just want it bold. So I've never liked like about/contact, because like when you do the slash kind of thing. What else could we do? Maybe an ampersand. Guess that's fine for now. Yeah, I think you should fat text though. Yeah, and most companies don't really they've kind of dropped support for IE8 for the most part, just because it's like really unheard of unless it's like a specific industry that's using it. But for the most part, they don't. Out of interest, do you make your site responsive as you go? I do it as I go, just because I don't want to miss anything, and then I can set like a system in place before I get started, because it's usually a little bit different for each site. Yeah, I definitely recommend online classes. It doesn't necessarily have to be like, what's it called? Like, it doesn't have to be like from a university or something. Like, even something like we were just talking about with Team Treehouse and stuff. You can do that too. Like, it doesn't have to be anything too intense. So if you're just trying to brush up on stuff, I think you can just go with like Team Treehouse and you'd be perfectly fine. Actually, I don't want this on the div. I want it on the actual element. Let's just do font weight 7 so we're more specific. Yeah. And I don't like to use dim. If for anybody that uses tachyons, there's a thing called dim where it here, I'll just show you. Pretty cool. It just lowers the opacity, but the thing is, in my experience, it doesn't like the transition isn't smooth when you go off of it. It is when you go on it, so I don't really like to use it. Just do blue for links for now. Yeah, so there's a bit of a transition here, which I prefer. And I think I'm gonna do black 40. We'll do black 60 for text, maybe. Maybe even black 40, we'll see. Yeah, so that looks pretty close. See how it dims? I don't like that. We'll just leave it for now though. So the header is done. And we can move on. So I probably won't make components for every one of these sections. I think I will do it a little component for this so that we can have like a title and a description, and then we can also add a property where we can add in a date as well if we want, so that I can reuse that throughout the site. We'll probably do a component for these cards as well, and then for the blog post cards too. And we can do the footer later. I don't feel like doing it with it right now, so let's just try and get this. I think I'm gonna worry about the circle later because I wanted to do like a cool color changing randomizer, and I don't really want to try and fiddle around with that and figure that out right now. So let's just focus on the structure. I think I'm gonna pull up the actual mock-up just so we're not, just so I can like copy and paste things. Div, and this will be an H1 for SEO purposes. I want this div to be I'd say like width 70, 60 maybe. When I say that, I mean percentages. So let's try 70 center. Yeah, that looks about right. Maybe
I'm doing well. I'm just chilling a little bit.
sorry if you hear my girlfriend, she's on the phone.
Give me a sec.
I think it's a little bit less. Let's do 60.
Can you say that again?
And let's try a line break here.
For some reason I can't understand what
And
this is.
want it to be a little bit bigger. So let's try F3, which is a font size 3 for those that don't know tachyons. And we want font weight 4, and we want a line height. I like doing copy even though it's a title. Yeah, and then I actually want it to be bigger. F1. Yeah, that looks good. Could probably do a wider font actually. Is that what I did here? I think so. I don't know. Why does it keep doing that? Every time I go to that screen, it messes up the order. Let's just go to 4 so we're keeping it consistent. $3:15 a.m. Wow, dude. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll try and stream earlier some days. Sorry about that though. Sorry you couldn't catch it all, but yeah, it'll be up on YouTube later. Fat Tech said, yeah, I'm a pretty avid gamer as well, as you can tell by the background. But yeah, I'm pretty big into games. I'm hoping to stream some on here at some point. The problem is I don't have the equipment to like stream Xbox or like Game Boy equipment. I would have to do PC stuff, which is fine, but I don't really have too much in terms of games for that, so we'll see though. Not sure how interested you guys would be in that, but I think it would be a lot of fun. Span available for work, and then there's a Unicode for that dot, so we can get that, and then we can just make it green. It'd be cool to make it like Flash too in JavaScript. Okay, doesn't want to load. That's going to be a span within a span so that we can target just that. I want it to be green, and it's probably going to have to be a bigger size. Oh yeah, for sure. So this whole thing needs to be a bigger size. Let's try F3 on this one. And we want that to be 60, black 60%. When I'm doing that, that's opacity, by the way. Again, for those that don't know tachyons, it's pretty cool. So I could just like do colors, and opacity is a lot better than like doing static colors, if that makes sense. because then you have the ability to pass in colors behind it without having it be illegible. So we also want this, that's text transform uppercase, tracked for letter spacing, and let's see how that looks. Okay, it's a little too big, so 4, and we want font weight 7. Cool. Oh, cool. Thank you. It's a little dark, but yeah, let's go 50. And then on the header, what did I do? I did 40. Let's do 30. I like to go by 20s for my blacks. Yeah. Then let's make this a little bigger than the rest of the text. And I actually want a light green. That's not what I want. I guess I don't have the green I want. So we'll just do that for now. And we need all this. This will be, it's probably gonna need its own div. And then paragraph. Yeah, it's probably another width 60 and floating right. And we want to style this too. So keep doing font 3. No, that's going to be way too big. Let's do F5. Black 50, and we want copy line height. I think I usually do custom line height here. Oh, hey, Kongbu, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. Hope you enjoy, and let me know if you have any questions about what we are doing or any questions about anything else. Always happy to talk about anything. What are they doing? Oh, yeah. So I think I use a custom line height just because like this is way tighter than this is, Well, I shouldn't mess with copy. Let's do a custom one here. So let's call it line height subtitle. Because that is pretty much a subtitle. So we want, let's double check what this is. Okay, so this is doing 1.5 REM. So let's try 1.75. Oh, Nitin Sampathy. I'm sorry, I just butchered your name, but thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate that, and welcome to the stream. Okay, so let's try 1.75 REM. Let me double check chat really quick. Oh, the classes. Which classes are you talking about? You're talking about Team Treehouse stuff that I've done a couple times. Just refresh my memory really quick, what you're talking about. Okay, so you can change this to subtitle. Huh. That's weird. Made it less. Let's try 2.5. Well, even this is a little bit too much. Oh, my bad. I thought you were talking about like actual classes. Oh, so the classes that I'm using are from Tachyons. It's a CSS framework that I use in pretty much all my stuff recently. Like, I already have a pretty good grasp on how CSS works, so using a framework like this, it makes me able to work a lot faster and not really having to worry about like going through and creating custom classes for everything, so I can just like code stuff a lot quicker, if that makes sense. But if you know CSS pretty well, I highly recommend looking into Tachyons, because it has helped me so much in coding a lot faster and getting things done a lot quicker. Width is a little narrow here. Yeah, no problem. And for the classes, you can either go ahead and look at those docs if you don't really understand what I'm doing, which I can't imagine you would unless you've looked at Tachyons, but I try and explain what I'm doing a little bit as I'm working through it, so that may help you to get a better grasp on how I'm doing this stuff and how Tachyons is helpful. So if you're watching this, just be on the lookout for that. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I'm always more than happy to help you out with any questions that you have. Actually, now here, yeah, it's darker. So we actually want to go, let's try 70. But now I have like 4 shades of black. I'll just bring it back to 50. Yeah, that's pretty close. And we want custom styling on this, so well for the links. So I'm gonna go ahead and put those in here, and then we will get a custom class done for that. Hrefs, that's sexual health. Then another one here. Hey Roman Sima, thank you for that follow. Welcome to the stream, and I hope you enjoy. Please let me know if you have any questions about what I'm doing, or any other questions about any of my stuff, or whatever you want to talk about. I'm always down to talk about anything, and that's actually helpful for me, so you're not just sitting here watching me aimlessly code, and we can actually talk about something. Because I'm into this. If not, I'd love to think about some topics and stuff, but if you guys have anything that you want to ask me, please go ahead, so that I can kind of focus on this and still be as interactive as I can with you guys. And this, just want an email in here. So mail to all right. Cool. So first thing, man, I think I'm going to separate these onto separate lines so that I'm not worrying about reformatting this over and over every time we add some text on it. Can leave that period there. Oh, let's just bring it. No, that looks confusing. Alright, and then this one, wow, this looks like crap too. Because it could be worse. It's because I'm going to be adding class names onto here too, so. First thing I want is a link. Yeah, color is fine. What font weight did I use here? It looks like, it always keeps looking to me like it's light, but it's not. And this gets reset again. Roman Sima, so I am coding the website in React. I'm using a CSS framework, but I'm not using a CMS. We're doing it all from scratch, and I personally don't use CMS in my sites that I do. Hey Zach, how's it going, dude? I need to mod you, by the way. I don't know how to do that right now though. I'll figure that out later. Okay, so this, okay, that makes sense. I messed it up because this, oh, so this good, man, I've always done that before, so I guess we gotta put these back. I mean, that makes sense because they are, they're inline elements. So I'm just gonna do this and then format it later. So we want link, and then we want a custom class to because what I could do, yeah, we can have, we don't need, I'm trying to think, like, we could just do ID introduction, home introduction, and then just target that element instead of having to do a custom class for it. Well, what if I want to use it later? Yeah, I may want to use it later on another page, probably on the about page, so let's come up with a custom class instead. I think just subtitle link should be fine. And okay, so link, and then we just want on block 50. And then I believe, because we don't want an underline, we want a border, I think. Border bottom. Let me see if this will work. Border bottom. Border dash dash. Black 50. Does that work? Yeah. Okay. So that's another tachyons thing. So we may not even need a class for it. I don't want the border thickness to be 2 pixels though. I think there's a way to do that in tachyons. Where's borders? Borders. Okay, so border width 2. Yeah, I'm just using React. We probably won't really need any backend on this, so I won't be using Node, I don't think. Yeah, for this word out about the streams, I think you can set email notifications if you want, but I also, yeah, I do Twitter and Instagram and usually the Slack channels that I'm in. Wow, this is too much. I want this. That sucks. Well, I guess that would be like 1.5 pixel. Yeah, I think we may want this to be a custom class just because there's quite a bit that I need to have in here. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do custom because I want this to be a little bit thicker, but not as thick as the 2. Oh. Oh, thanks for the follow, Fat Text, though. Appreciate that. Yeah, so we're gonna have to do a custom class here just because I want something a little different than what Tachyons is giving me, unfortunately. So let's just go ahead and grab this code just so I don't have to redo it. So the border wait, I did that wrong, I know. So this, and then we don't need this. Move these over. Then we can take these out. And subtitle link. Cool. Then we need padding, bottom, ooh. Yeah, there we go. And I know you should not use 0.5 or decimal pixels, but it doesn't even work. Oh wait, yeah, well done. Guess it only supports the standard sizes. Hey Deshaun. It may be your internet connection. If you want, you can try changing the quality of the stream on the settings icon in the bottom right corner. So you can change the resolution there and put it a little bit lower, and that can help out if you have internet that can't support the resolution that you're streaming in. That usually seems to fix it, or refreshing your page. Okay, so I did not know that border width is, that's weird though. I feel like I've done different sizes before, but it seems like it only uses like straight whole numbers. Wonder how dotted and 2 pixels looks. Kind of like that actually. Let's leave that. Kind of like it. Okay, so can I format this now? No, dang, that's weird. Maybe if we add inline block. Oh. Yeah, I guess it's fine. Whatever. I don't feel like messing with that right now. Sweet. I kind of like the dotted line, and maybe even have the color of this a little bit less. think 0.2 is good. Yeah. Have it on auto, and I've streamed movies on my connection. I'm not sure, dude. I have pretty good internet, and I get some bad glitching on Twitch sometimes too, unfortunately. So I'm not sure. That usually seems to do it. If you refresh or if you do the settings there. Are you using Safari or Chrome? That may also do it. Yeah, so I guess I could have done... those inline, but I do want to reuse it, so I'll just leave the styling outside of it. Alright. So let's move on to the work section. Wow, it's already 10 o'clock. We'll probably do the work section and then leave the next couple sections for next stream, just because it's kind of late and I still want to do some stuff tonight before I go to bed, so may need to head off here in probably about 20 or 30 minutes, and then we can leave it for next stream. Yeah, on Safari, try Chrome, dude. Safari is like notorious for their video issues, unfortunately. Try that, it may help. Okay, so I do want to make a component for the link and the description, like I was saying earlier, but for the section we can just do that in here and then make the component after. So we can make that a span, and we want the work text. And we also want the section where the links will go, and we will make that. Actually, I need to. I need to make this responsive. I completely forgot about that. So let's do that really quick. So we want width -60 on large, and then probably width -80 on medium, and with 100, maybe 90 on small. What did I do? Oh, close that for now. Do I have an extra div here? Oh, I have no closing tag for this. Right? Yep. Okay, so it's fine without the line break. We don't even need that. And okay, the width looks good for that. Available for work, that's fine, like that. And we want this to be, how does it look on medium? Yeah, let's change that. We want, just do width 80 as well. And, well, yeah, so this is a different width because it's nested within that other one. Yep. Okay. So that works. So that it'll be 70 on large, and then it will just adjust to these as for medium and small. And then float right, we only want that on large. And margin top 4 should be fine. May want a little bit more actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's weird.
What?
I have never used Webflow. Hey Kira, how's it going, dude? Long time no talk. Awesome to have you in the stream, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. Thanks, Zach. I just got that today from this new artist I just found. Thought it was pretty cool, so I'm gonna rock it for a bit. Okay, so that was weird where the server crashed for some reason. Actually, this is a very picky thing, but I'm just gonna do margin top 5 on just small. I kind of like the 4 on large because when you get smaller, it's not super annoying. Yeah, media queries for the win. Luckily, I don't have to type it all by hand at least. And we could probably we gotta make all this text smaller as it gets to mobile. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate that. Let's do F4. That should be good. Ooh, another one. Hey, Alexa Pavone. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream.
Sorry, I can't find the answer to the question.
Your name's Alexa, and my Alexa literally heard me say Alexa, and it asked me what I needed. Yeah, I've used browser sync. I just don't really feel like getting it set up right now. I'll probably do that off stream so that we can have it for next time. Why is the header collapsing? Oh, because, wow, okay. So this should actually be just 50 and 50. Probably because I used an image. Ugh. I'll just leave it like that for now because we may add more selections anyway, so that's fine. Okay, so the paragraphs looks good.
It's like the number 1 in the whole country or something, right? So you'd think they.
Yeah, you'd think Amazon would think of something like that, Deshaun. So paragraph looks good. And we want this text to be a little bit smaller. Let's do F2. Not amazing, but it's fine. I'm actually gonna move this back to 4 on everything now that it's smaller. Yeah. Never mind, back to 5. I want the spacing in there. Oh man, I really need... I never even thought about that. Well, I think you can make her respond to Echo, because that's like the actual name of it, of the device. So I guess that would be the fallback if you invited somebody over that was named that. Okay. So that looks good. The header is not ideal, but we can fix that later. Kind of want to get into the work section. So we can put work back now. Work. And we want this to be width 100. We want the background to be black, maybe 10%, maybe 5 actually. Yeah, let's do 5. No, not 50, 5. What is it? 0.5? Yeah, there we go. Gotta love how inline things work. It's like loading all the way up here and it should be down here.
How expensive is it?
Um,
Probably like 60 grand. So just, I'm guessing that's low. So what are you thinking? Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to think what to do next. I think we can go ahead and get this component out of the way so that we can start adding those in here. So let's call this I feel like title was description, but that's super descriptive. I guess that's kind of what you want though. I don't know what you would call that,
You said you're hot.
because I don't know if I'm going to use it on somewhere else. How old am I? I am 22. My birthday is September 9th, so a couple months ago I turned 22. Why is it switching places on Medium? That's so weird. Oh, it's because of the floating.
Oh, wait. Is that the girl with the
Hmm.
I forgot her name already. Monica again. The best what?
Well, you gotta love floats. Did I go to school for design? Yes, I did. I graduated last year from Belmont University in Nashville with a degree in, what's it called? Design communications, which is basically graphic design, and a minor in design administration. Currently a junior in graphic design. Oh, that's awesome. For college, I assume. Where do you go if you don't mind me asking? I'm always curious. And this float is really annoying. Trying to think of a way that
Yeah.
how do you contain that? Is it Clearfix? How does tachyons do that? Oh, University of Tennessee, that's awesome. Yeah, so I was in Nashville. University of Tennessee, that's in Memphis, if I'm correct. Probably wrong, but I think it's in Memphis.
I think
Clearfix. Ugh, I think it's called something else. Oh, in Knoxville. Yeah, my bad. Wonder what happens if I take off the float. Yeah, that's not really what we want. How else can I move that over? Man, I know there's a way to fix that, but I can't remember. Oh, Clearfix. Oh, so it is just CF. Let's see if that fixes it.
oh my gosh, I didn't have an idea of where it's gonna go.
Yeah, there we go. I knew that it was called Clearfix. Not going crazy. University of Chinatown alum here. General Assembly. Where is that at, Deshaun? Insta blow up in big chunks after events or just grow steadily? So back when I was starting design and I was starting to get a bigger following on social media, I was posting, I mean, I still kind of post every single day, but I was posting like some really cool illustration work, and I used to do lettering work, and I was posting that every single day. And like over time I was getting like 50, 60 followers a day, and I just kept that consistent for quite a long time, and over time I just grew to have the amount of followers that I have now. That's kind of how it goes with stuff. Like, you just got to be really consistent about what you post and when you post. So that's kind of like the most important things that you got to keep in mind if you're trying to grow your follower base on Instagram. So we want margin top. Let's just do 4 here as well to keep it consistent. And that'll be perfect because I want you to be able to see this when you're on here, so that it look like it's kind of like a thing. Like, I know you can't see it on 13-inch, unfortunately, but it'll be a way for them to know that there's more. Even though I know like people scroll normally, but just like some security there. It's global. Oh, that's cool. I did not know that. My bad. That's cool that it was in Atlanta, though. My girlfriend almost went to do a master's program in Atlanta. Okay, so let's get back to that component that I was talking about. I think for now we're just gonna call it. It's just like, it is a title, but it's also a link. So I'm trying to think if title is the right word or link. Let's just do a link because that's what they're mainly going to be. So link with description. And then we want an index file in here. don't know why it isn't presetting the JSX with JavaScript thing. We don't need this. We need to change this to link with description. We don't need an ID. We don't need any of this crap. So it's going to be like an H3 or an H4 with a paragraph tag. And we want this to be a link. And then we also want to be able to have a date here for the recognition ones. So let's do H3. Nah, H4. We'll see how it looks. Wow, it's already 10:12. Time's flying when you're having fun. Let's put just some dummy text in here until we get it working, and then we can add the variables. I want a p tag. Oh, that's awesome, dude. I'm very jealous of that, Deshaun. Must have been a great, great connection builder then. We're going to have this rendering in here. So that'll be, we want it to be the same as this. Let's put this in here so we can be testing it as we're styling it. And we need to import it. This music's too intense for me. Does anybody have any good, like, non-copyrighted, like, more ambient sounds? I gotta make sure it's non-copyrighted, though, so I can put it on YouTube, because some people are having some issues, like, they couldn't even watch the video, even with, like, it was copyright strikes, but it wasn't, like, anything huge, and they still couldn't see it. What am I doing wrong that this isn't rendering? Link with description. What works with orange? I mean, you can use a cool color like a green or a blue. Those are usually complementary with orange. Or you can do different shades of orange. Yeah, man, it sucks that they did the algorithm stuff because now it's more like making popular pages more popular instead of helping out the small pages, which is pretty annoying. So you have to like work a lot harder than you used to, in my opinion. Coming up meat. That's funny. Yeah, that's kind of why you have to choose something more general. Because like I did illustration, and that's kind of what helped me be able to be consistent with that topic. Because I mean that's a super broad topic, so obviously I was able to come up with stuff for that. Um, but yeah, it's hard, and I still cannot figure out why this is not working. Because I'm importing it here, and I'm declaring it here. It's linking correctly. This is exporting correctly. So it should be working. Yeah, I'm not getting any errors. Is it even rendering at all? Okay, so it's rendering, but it's empty. This is really weird. I'm like really confused right now. I think I do have the React. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I mean, that's not really gonna help me. It's like, it's running it empty. Yeah, it doesn't help with this specifically, unfortunately. What could it be? This is so. I'm gonna try. Like, I just don't get what it could be. Like, I'm doing it the exact same way as I'm doing header. Again, it's just an empty div. What the hell? Is it the... No, it can't be that. Oh.
Kind of sucks, but I mean,
That shouldn't really matter though. I'm very confused. I was thinking maybe
so
since link might be a keyword.
sure. For the pharmacology one, you can submit your GRE, which is what I took. Yeah. Yeah. So I already know when you already did this and this work. I'm gonna email like the program head and say, like I graduated from Baltimore in the spring. I really want to come back to my home state. Blah, 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 and just ask for more information and stuff. So, huh? Yeah. So I was just writing to the person that made that post. I've never written to anyone on SDN. Yeah.
This is so dumb.
Oh no, yeah, I did, but I just wanted like the students' input, like, on how the program is, like, how they feel about it.
Oh my god, I think you're right.
Like that same day, that it must like be really good.
Dude, I swear if that's it. That shows like I haven't done this in like two weeks. Ugh, I feel so dumb. Yeah, I think components seem to be capitalized, and it's like functions and stuff that don't need to be.
And then one like really cool white guy, he's 30, so he's way older than all of us, so it's like a purple glass. Yeah, so he's like, well, the one that's 30, he's PhD, and then the rest of us are masters or not. He's getting his PhD. He already has a master's. Yeah, he came back to school. So it's the four of us or whatever. So my partner for girls is the PhD guy, and then Mia is the black girl, and she's in the same like bay or like the same room as I am. And there's 8 of us in there. So then the other dude, we were in there, and then this girl, her boyfriend's on the admissions committee. So kind of like how Albina is on the admissions committee, her boyfriend is as well. And so she goes, a girl got into school with a 497 on her NCAT, and then like with a 497 on her NCAT. Yeah, that's really low, but like everyone's like, oh my god, how? That's so low. And so then this like the way she said it was just really messed up, and like Mia, which is a black girl, and I were there, and okay, so this is what she said. It's because it was
Alright, so so I needed to capitalize it, and I needed to restart my server. So that was fun. Sorry about that. I just like really could not figure out what was going on there. Okay, now we can get back to actually working on this.
and she said it really loud, and everyone's like,
Man, gotta love React and JavaScript.
that explains it, blah blah blah. Like it was just like really offensive. Like even I got a little bit offended, but like I can't imagine how
Okay,
Mia
so let's try this again.
blah, blah. And everyone was just yeah.
So we need
And
the widths
I
here,
just like my mouth dropped.
and let's use
I was
that first one as an example.
this bitch really was there, you know? And then Mia Yeah, like, that's so stupid. Blah, blah, blah. Oh my god, it was a margarita. Blah, blah, blah. Like, she kept on going for like forever. And it's just like little things like that that they like, as a group, say. And I'm like, yeah. Oh, Anna Margaret? She's racist?
Okay, so we actually want an H4. And I think that we're gonna have some padding here because I have a good idea for the hover styling. I don't think I can do hover background styling with tachyons only, so we're probably gonna have to do that on our own. It's border radius 3, so we can just have it on there. And let me double check if we can do tachyons hover backgrounds. I don't think so. Yeah, you can't, unfortunately. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so they have a background animate at least, and we do want that. That's weird though that they don't have background hovers. It's fine though. So I'm gonna keep it in line with the naming situation of tachyons. So we're gonna do hover background, probably be black 10, and we're gonna do pseudo selector of hover, and we're going to want background color with RGBA, and we want 0.1. Should be correct. And we need to actually apply that class. That would be a good idea. Yeah, so something like that. Let's do 0.5 because it's a little bit too dark. Yeah, so it's gonna be something like that, except obviously just around the content. Thanks, Corbett. Corbett? JX Corbett? Appreciate it. First of all, we want to style this and bring that back to H3, and we want font weight 4, and let's see, how does the size look there? Could maybe even do an H2, although I'm not sure that's exactly what I want for SEO reasons. So let's just stick with H3 for SEO reasons, and we can change the size of the font with tachyons. So yeah, so that looks pretty close to what we were doing. I'm gonna change the width because we're probably gonna need more room than this, so we're gonna have it aligned to the header. So let's see how we're doing that here. And again with the syntax highlighting, I don't know why it keeps changing. Okay, so we just have a padding horizontal 6. I think it's probably going to be smarter to play with the width so we're being consistent with everything else. Yeah, that looks about right. I don't know if I like that though. It's going to be way too much space in between each one. Because we're going to have the circle here too. Let's see how two of them look next to each other. They probably won't. Yeah, they're going to stack. So let's change this to an inline block. And we should probably set widths here. Yeah, let's do with 50 on large. No, on medium and large. And then we can do width dash 100. Is that what we're doing on everything else? Now we're doing 90. Okay, so 50 and 90. Yeah, that looks good. We're gonna fix the work text in a sec. That's gonna be a little bit of a pain because I'm gonna have to do like absolute positioning and stuff. I'm probably gonna head off here pretty soon though. It's getting kind of late and we can pick this up tomorrow. So let's just get a little bit more styling done on here and then probably end it off here until the next stream, and we can keep going on with this in the next stream. So I'm just gonna make this black 50 because that's what we're using. Yeah, why is there so much space here? It's probably margin front, yeah, probably margin bottom from the header. So let's do margin bottom 0. Yeah, there we go. So it's not perfect for what I want. Let's do some padding vertical 4 on here. Yeah, so probably gonna have to figure out how we're gonna do the background stuff and like make this all consistent, and we can do that next time. Probably continue on this tomorrow because I want to try and get this page, at least the home page, done before I leave next Wednesday. So let's go ahead really quick and get a repository for this. I'll just make it private for now. Once it's done, I'll make it public so you guys can reference it if you want. Oh, I need it. And this. Okay, so we just need our commit. Should have probably been committing before, but got caught up in what we were doing. So starts project creates home header, and I'll just call them selection components here. Yep. Oh, gotta add everything. Git add dot, git commit, git, what do we do? Yeah, I always forget this. No matter how many times I do this, I always have to copy and paste. And then we can push. Sweet. Wow. I love how they give you everything for React in the README. Fix that later though. Adobe Muse. I've never used it. I can't remember off the top of my head what that is. The woman in the background, that's my girlfriend. She's talking on the phone in the other room. Sorry about that. I'm actually pretty surprised that you can hear her from here. I guess I need to turn down the sensitivity on my mic. So yeah, we got a good way along with this. This part looks pretty good. We can figure out the circle stuff later and figure out all this. So it's pretty good for now, but yeah, we still got a lot of work to do. I'm hoping I can get this done by Wednesday, and then when I get back from that trip, it's a work trip, but when I get back from that, I'm going to set like a pretty strict streaming schedule for me, so that you guys can be up to date with that stuff. But for now, I think that's going to be about it, and this will be up on YouTube tomorrow if you guys are wanting to watch it. And yeah, thank you guys for coming out so much, and I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram and stuff if you want to be kept up to date as to when I'm streaming, and just so you can interact with me and ask me questions and whatnot. But what do you think is a good salary for designer in their second full-time role? Oh man, there's a lot of variables that play into that. You gotta think about the experience that you've had outside of the full-time stuff, because I mean, I've only had one full-time job, and I get paid a pretty decent amount because I've done a part-time job, and I've done a bunch of freelance stuff, and then my own projects and personal projects and stuff. So it kind of depends. Can't really give you a solid answer, but I know like starting salaries and stuff like that you can look up. I think InVision has a good resource for that. But does anybody have any other questions before I go? I'm happy to answer anything that you guys have, or we can just talk about it in the next stream. Wonder how many followers we're at. Because we're going to be doing, 75. We're going to be doing a giveaway, a Dribbble invite giveaway. I have a couple to give away, so probably like every 100 followers or so we can do a giveaway if you guys are interested. Doesn't seem like anybody else has questions as of right now, so I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. But I'm going to be streaming probably tomorrow and probably Monday of next week, and then we'll probably pick up on stuff after I get back. But like I said, just go ahead and follow me on Twitter and stuff if you guys want to be up to date and interact with me on when we're streaming and things like that. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming out and for all the follows and stuff. It means a lot to have you guys here. Even though it's not a lot of people, it's still awesome for me to have this just starting out on streaming. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next stream.